will be hosted by myself, Sis Harshita, and Sis Simran, and our honorable guest speaker, Brother Sai Kaustav Das Gupta, allow us to share the important guidelines before the session, followed by a short intro on our guest speaker.
Sairam, everyone. There's so much to say about our brother Sai Kaustav. He is definitely an extraordinary individual because not everyone is privileged to have Sai attached before their name. He is special in many ways. Not that this 40-minute session will say it all, but I'm sure we'll have a different outlook in life after hearing him. Sai Kaustav has faced many challenges, but carries an outstanding title as a happiness coach. Allow me to share a few of his achievements and highlight the amazing qualities of our dear brother, Sai Kaustav, in this short video clip.
There are a few people who leave a mark on your life and make you appreciate the little things that we often forget to cherish. Their life story can transform a curse into blessings. Today's story will leave you with a question. Born with disability is a blessing or a curse? Having a rare brittle bone disease and going through more than 50 fractures, Dr. Sai has not broken his willpower to soar high. He has a severe hearing impairment and is confined to an electric wheelchair. He does international graphic designing and virtual typing with just one finger of his left hand. He is the winner of several national and international awards. He is a Limca Book and more than 15 national and world record holder for fastest typing with virtual keyboard. Besides working in a multinational company as a proposal developer, he is also a motivational TEDx speaker and India's first differently abled, certified happiness coach who has inspired millions worldwide through his natural smile. He has been honored as 4th global icon with disabled leadership traits and inspired millions of people in countries like the US, Australia, Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, Indonesia, Nepal, with his online sessions and webinars. He is also honored as the Universal Ambassador for Global Family Peace. His virtual community Happiness Unlimited is striving to make our community a better place to live with inclusion, happiness, and harmony. Through his motivational videos, Dr. Sai has reached out to many and helped them to overcome depression, anxiety, and other mental conditions. His passion to help mankind and creating a better world is really commendable.
Sairam, our guest speaker has already logged in. There is one thing which comes to mind, and that statement somehow perfectly match our session today. Our beloved Swami has mentioned, "My darshan will pour forth from me to and through you." And so, dear brother Sai Kaustav, let our Swami speak through you and shower us with his nectar. Sairam, brother Kaustav.
Sairam, sister Simran. Sairam, and I'm so happy, loving Sairam. Lots of greetings live from Prashantinilayam, Puttaparthi, India. So good to see you. So, Sister Simran, my voice and video is coming awesome.
Yes, very clear, brother.
Okay. So, thank you for that introduction and thanks for sharing the video. I hope this session will make you all feel Swami wherever you are. Pray to Swami at his lotus feet so that Swami speaks through me. So that Swami speaks through me and it can be a wonderful session with all of you. So I welcome you once all again, moving forward with divinity. Mysterious is what life seems to be, and it is very short to enjoy our life fully. And most of the people around us often tell that live life fully, but we were never told how to do so. After coming into Sai's fold, we all can realize that our life is very valuable and precious. But are we really out of Bhagavan's immense blessing? But to receive, connect with him after his Mahasamadhi, feel him, how we can move towards his divinity. So that's the motive of this question, and I wanted to give it to three phases. When I was praying to Swami, he motivated me to break the session into three phases, three ways. And the first phase is why it is needed to be experience divinity. What is divinity itself? And a second phase, I'll be talking about how divinity moved me. And last but not the least, the third session will talk about the moving forward, which is divinity. Some of the insightful ideas and thoughts Swami has motivated me time to time, which I'll be sharing exclusively with all of you. So stay tuned wherever you are. Here the journey begins with Swami. So what is divinity? If I talk about it, I remember my first darshan of Swami. Originally belonged from north side of India. Me and my family came to Prashanti Nilayam in the year 1996 for the first time. I was just 5 years old and I had come for seva that time with my family from the region where we belong from. So that was the month of December, and Swami used to give Pada Namaskar after every service. And I was sitting with my father, ready for Pada Namaskar session, but not understanding what's happening around me. And Swami then came all the rows towards us. And I was actually not getting that what will happen when Swami will come in front of us. So slowly and gently Swami stood in front of us. My father took Pada Namaskar and I was ready to do so. Then Swami looked around me and I was also looking at him. And that energy exchange between us, and I hold Swami's robe. I was not letting him go. And that was the first touch of divine, which is called sparshan, or divine touch of his robe. And Swami was still looking at me, and the way Swami is communicating that, let him go. But I was still holding. Then my father told, okay, let him go. So I let him go. And then after that, I was very immature to understand Swami's idea that he made me, that he will come one day to live with me in my Prashanti Nilayam. He made him his instrument, but I was very immature to understand the guidance. But to our utter surprise, the same row he again visited, the same row where we were seated before he was going to his retire to his home. And that time my father took me up. He molded his hand towards my hair and he touched my cheek and he said to my heart that you are going to be here and you will be carry forward the mission. So that was the divine energy exchange. And I often Sai community brothers and sisters asked me that how can we define? I had no clue that time how to define Sai, but because I was very little to understand the divinity. But now after 20 years, if you ask me that, who is Sai or how to define him, I have a wonderful answer. And that is Sai is my life. He is the to the first encounter with divinity himself in person. Next, when Swami started giving me the beautiful compositions, I also encountered divinity himself. My musical journey started with very beautiful thing that my maternal grandmother was a very great musician. After that, my mother, Dr. Sheila Dasgupta, is also a very good classical singer. So I already got a connection with music. It was an inbuilt software inside me. My grandmother used to call me and ask for various divine songs, but she was the first person who introduced me to spirituality. But that time I used to sing regular bhajans. But when I came to Patti in the year 2005, I got my first bhajan, the Ganesha bhajan, and the way Swami has given me, it was not less than a miracle. So I again encountered with divinity, that how beautiful the way Swami always giving me bhajans and beautiful music that he himself can compose. And I am just a receiver to receive. And you know, Swami used to tell that divine music is not only a vehicle, it is also it have the power to uplift the spirit. And divine music is always describing the Lord's glory, and it also can produce divine ecstasy. It makes the devotee forget himself and get totally immersed into divinity. So, till now, I had received more than 250 compositions from him, and that includes Sai bhajans, Sanskrit bhajans, Hindi bhajans, and other devotional English bhajans. Like lightning, without a spark, without a second thought, it comes to me, and I record my song with my mobile phone. And the beautiful thing is that after 10-15 minutes, I could not recollect a single line of So that way, Swami made me a very receiver to catch his divine composition. Maybe it's in the morning 10 o'clock or midnight 1 a.m. That doesn't matter. It is only depends upon the divine mood and how it manifests through me. So that's also the encounter experience with Swami's divinity. Being in Prashantinilam last 17 years, I was also had a chance to sing in front of him and getting his divine darshan time to time in different festivals, getting seen in my naked eyes is Lingodbhava. All these experiences are very huge for me now when I recollect and feel his divinity. So that was the first phase of this session. If I move forward, the second phase, when he touched me with his divinity, he moved me, he transformed Kaustubh to Sai's Kaustubh. That was the time when I always feel that he always knew that Kaustubh is going to do a lot of things in future. Being into a wheelchair, it will be not a barrier, because the divinity is going to be my tool to enjoy all the ability of my life. So after coming to Prashantinilam with my family in the year 2004, I gradually started getting interest into graphic designing. Why so? Why not other careers? Because my condition was very severe and critical that time. I was confined into a small room, into small 4 walls for 6 years. Now in pandemic, people call a word very often, that is called depression. But I have seen depression face to face. I know what it is. So while my confinement period, when I had nothing to do, I used to cry to Swami that Swami, why you made me to come into your lotus feet, only to see this time when everything is going out of my hand. I was a good singer, I was a good student, I was pursuing my higher studies. Everything had to go out of my hand because of my critical bone rare disease, which is called osteogenesis imperfecta. Due to that, I was 90% differently able, having 75% severe hearing impairment. I could not see myself confined into a black and white canvas like in life. So one day one of my friends suggested, why not you try graphic designing? And I was smiling that how one person who could not do anything except a left hand and one finger was moving, how could I imagine about graphic designing? Because computer itself was new to me. But he showed to Swami's picture and said, you know, Bhagavan says, Satya Sai Baba, who is the graphic designer of this universe, the whole world. So you can learn from him. Try your best, because I had a habit of breaking all the obstacles from my childhood. But it was very difficult to start this journey. I was not getting motivation. Then finally I heard a sound from my inner self that, Sai, you are here for a bigger mission. You are here for all the people who are getting down because they have not enough courage to excel in their life. You have to go out and do something unique and out of the box. So I found, let me try designing. Then I started doing one finger designing and I joined Radio Sai, which currently known as Sri Satya Sai Media Center. I was not having enough courage to submit my wallpaper to them, but I got encouraged by my parents and younger brother, who is just like his angel for me. After Swami, if I can say anyone's name who has changed my life, who has changed my suffering to smile and always made me to go and touch the sky, that is my parents and younger brother. They always made me to go and break all the barrier and enjoy the normal life and see the big picture with all the willpower and courage. So that encouraged me to submit one of the wallpaper of Guru Purnima to Radio Sai. And then there is no look back. Radio Sai welcomed me as a graphic designer and social media admin, and I was really putting lights into my black and white life. Swami entered into my life through graphic designing. Designing with Swami's picture was really an enthralling experience for me. It made me to realize that the mouse is just taking over by Swami's energy. I'm doing nothing. He's only making his designing to show people that disability is not a barrier. When Swami is giving you the gifting or the ability to make people aware that you have everything to prove, and because you have Swami with you always. So it was a great experience. The journey started with doing a lot of wallpapers, design, illustration work for Radio Sai. And during that time, I also gone through lot of miracles, lot of life transforming journey, and Swami touched me, moved me with his divinity. So because of time constraint, I would just like to call out some 2-3 experiences here. One was the time of Christmas when I was making a wallpaper without having a title. And I was praying to Swami to give me a beautiful tagline of the wallpaper. And next day was 24th of December 2012. And I was not having any clue. I slept and I prayed to Swami. People ask to Santa Claus with different wishes that Santa Claus come at night and fulfill your wish. But for me, you are my Santa Sai. So if you feel that I can submit the wallpaper tomorrow, please, Swami, give me a beautiful tagline. Next day morning, miraculously, I got a title, Joy to the World, our Sai has come. And I was very happy with the title. I put it into my design and submitted to my radio site team. And my seniors were very, very excited. They were shocked and surprised that how could you get the same title which Australian devotees are choosing for this year decoration in Prasanthi Nilayam, because that was the time I was confined. I was not able to go in the mandir to see what decorations they are doing. And my senior brothers were very much pleased that Swami is himself making the design, giving the title to showcase his divinity to all the Sai devotees. So I was very happy. And then Swami also beautifully given me a bhajan, a song for a carol song, which is there in the radio site still. You can visit and you can listen that in the silent night. So that was one of the wonderful moments of my life when I realized that I am merely moving my mouse and I am doing all the designing. It is him that who is making the design only to showcase his divinity, his all wonderful things to all his devotees. Another beautiful. Okay, is there any disturbance or I can continue?
Checking to Bro Vinay, and I think no,
Okay.
we can carry on.
Okay, sure. So the second experience for me is the most wonderful life-changing experience. And because of that, today I'm talking with all of you. That was a time when Swami breathed me for the second time. So that was the year 2006, when suddenly I got a very, very big pain in my right side thigh. And I was not having any clue that what is the reason of this pain. So I was taken into General Hospital, and from there I was being told that you have to go for a higher medical because my pain was not being treated here. I met Dr. Sundaresh, who also has treated Swami. He told, come into my medical college, Dr. Ramaya Medical Hospital, and I will see you that what is the reason of your pain. Let's see how to find it out. So me and my parents went there, and after a series of x-rays, they were not again coming to know that why there is a pain. And when we consult to the doctor, all the surgeon, that why this pain is happening, they told that you have to do a biopsy to know the reason, the root cause of my thigh pain, which was very severe. I was praying to Swami that, why Swami? Already I had gone through more than 50 fracture due to this brittle bone disease. Now you are giving me this pain. Also, please give me the patience to go through. So I was continuing my prayers to Bhagavan, and I was chanting Hanuman Chalisa, but the pain was too severe to handle. I really do not know that how could I survive after this. And then they told that biopsy result has come and it is not so good. Doctor didn't tell me anything in person, but they called my parents. They called to his chamber and they told that we are very sorry to say that biopsy result is not good. It has come out with a malignant cancer cell, which is there in the causto's thigh. But we have to know the root point of the cell. For that, tomorrow we will do a CT biopsy, which is like they will make me go inside the CT scan and then they will do the CT biopsy. And I really still, when I remember all this moment, I feel horrible because during that CT biopsy, I saw lot and lot of bloods are coming out of my thigh. I was not prepared for that. I never seen those kind of that much blood in my life. I was just praying to Swami, save me and please give me enough power so that I can go out of this suffering. And then after I came out to that city biopsy from a surgery room, They told you have to wait. But I was praying to Swami that I don't want to wait in this hospital. I told my dad, let me go back to my place, Patti. I don't want to stay here. And my parents and me and my brother came back, and my father rushed to Ganesh Mandir. He was crying there because he knew that the cancer cell has been found. And not only that, the doctor told them that serve psychoactive as long as you go, as you can, because you don't know how severe the cell is and how long psychoactive is going to be in this world. So that was the thing my father heard from doctor. He was crying profusely and he was complaining to Lord Ganesha that, Ganesha, why you are doing with us? Why we have to see these days? Psychoactive is very near to us because they never complain ever. Because of my special disease, they are also special for me. They're special parents. And then my father prayed for a small piece of coconut. But as you all know, in Ganesh Mandir, they never give prasadam. So Sevadal denied to give me prasadam. And that moment, one boy came there and told my father, sir, here is prasadam. So he gave a small piece of coconut. My father closed his eyes and a current goes into his body. And the next moment, there was no boy found anywhere. My father asked that Sebadal, where that small boy gone? And Sebadal replied, where is the small boy? I can't see anyone here. Whom you are talking about? My father realized something. He rushed back to home and tell me, Sai, here is a prasadam. Take it now itself. I took the prasadam, and after that, that was a nightmare for our family because doctor told us 72 hours you have to wait for the final result, the final prescription to come. But it took 11 days. That because they were all very confused with my report, that they were not giving the report and delaying for 1 day, 2 day, 11 days it took. My father called them up and he was very angry that why you are doing this with my son. Please send the report immediately. I can't expect from a great medical hospital such delay. And from the other side, the hospital department told that, don't worry, sir, the result has come. I'll fax it up to you. You can come also and take it. So the next moment when my father took the fax, he saw, he was not believing his eyes. There was no malignant cancer and there was no mention of the tumor which was there in my thigh, and that was causing so much pain. He could not believe his eyes. He caught the next bus and then he went back to Bangalore and he directly went to Dr. Sundare's chamber and he asked so many questions that what happened to Sai? What is the tumor? What is the malignant cancer cell? How can that be possible? Because biopsy result is still showing the cell is there. How could the cell vanish like that? All these questions my father asked. That was then the Dr. Sundares just touched my father's shoulder and replied two things. Do you know what he replied? He said, God knows. That was the only thing he could say. And that gave all the answer to my father. So Swami was very merciful. Swami knew that I'm here to glorify and carry forward his beautiful message of life transforming journey, that if he is not present in physical body, it doesn't matter. My brothers and sisters, Swami made me realize that his divinity is not in the form, which is all love, but he is formless and his divinity is all within us. We have to seek within, we have to seek all the things which Swami has given in various discourses, in various bhajan and all Sai literature. So now he is more available. That was the second phase of this beautiful session today, how Swami moved my life, made a beautiful new life, given me new birth only to do his work, only to make the world knows who is Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. So I'm really thankful to Swami that Swami loves me a lot, that he has given me this life so that I can spend time with all of you sharing this beautiful journey. So we are coming in the third segment of the session, which is moving forward, which is divinity. Here I'll be sharing some of the beautiful experiences, some insightful thoughts, and some of the great experiences I had in all this life journey in Prasanthi Nilayam. Swami made me to realize that beauty of pain when it comes as a surprise of joy in the next moment. Because all my fracture always made me to go through the surprise. All my fracture never ever came to me by knocking my door. And that was the scary part of my childhood. Until now, I'm afraid of my fracture because it can happen anytime. But when I came to know about his divinity, I came to know this journey where you have to surrender 100% to receive his divine gift. And if we could do that once, the life will transform fully. My brothers and sisters, if we could really live each moment or at least one time of the day with Swami's message, that is called true Sai living. I always believe that we all are connected to him through the previous births, and as a children connect with his mother. He is the indweller of all our heart. If we try our best, we still can have his darshan. Only the thing has changed now after his Mahasamadhi, that our eyes are not ready to accept to see his new form, his Hridaya Nivasi form, his universal form. Our eyes are not accepting, or we are not available now to see this new form of him. And this new form of him is pure love in everybody, and everybody is Swami. That is all life Swami wanted us to understand. But we are lacking to understand that why Swami wanted to tell us that you all are Swami as I am. Only gap is that the awareness. We are not now ready to accept that we also can see him sitting in the empty chair of Kulwant Hall. We also can have him when we are in a difficult situation, in all our problems, in all our miseries, in all our depression. We are going in the worldly things. We are going to see how the worldly things can change our life. But remember, my brothers and sisters, from all the worldly problem-solving things, Swami can solve each and every problem of your life in once again, in just a blink of your eyes that you can't imagine. That same thing happened to my life. That's why I can share with you. So be available, be connected with Swami. We believe that Swami is not there. Let me do this thing. But remember that you are in empty room. You have no Swami's picture also, but he is there with you to witness your all action. How that is possible? Because he is within you. He is there in your heart, watching your mind, watching your thoughts, watching your activities. And you know, Swami is not in Facebook, but still he is in our friend list. Swami is not in Twitter, but we can still follow him. He's not using WhatsApp, but he's always online with us. He's ready for that small, that keenness to pray to Swami that, Swami, I'm here. Make me your instrument. And how you want me to do work, just mold towards me. I really sometimes feel sorry that when people come to me during different motivational sessions in different countries, that they complain. They complain about all the negative situation, that they can't excel in their life, having blessed with two hands, two limbs, and beautiful all the actions of your body, a beautiful physical body. They always say that, Sai brother, I'm not having this opportunity like you, but I say, If you complain, if you criticize, you will never have enough. Because if the complain word comes, I am the one who is easily complain, who cannot have a glass of water on my own. If I'm thirsty, I have to depend my life, whole life in my parents and my brother. If a mosquito is biting in my leg, I have to ask my mom to come from the kitchen to shave it off. So still, I am not complaining because I know what is Swami's love, his divinity, and how to move on in this life. So I feel really pity to those people who are in size full but still having a habit of complaint. My brothers and sisters, in this 2021, when Swami is going to be in 96, feel like a grandfather or grandmother in your home. When you feel Swami in your home, go to him and spend some time with him. Share your problem, share your all the anxiety, and you will definitely get the answer because Swami is now more available. He is ready to listen to you. Last but not the least, I always feel that when people ask me that Sairam brother, how you are smiling after all this problem, how that if Swami can make you come straight, you make, because Swami always used to do a lot of miracles. So why not he make you go up? And that was the time I reply back and I tell them, who am I to judge his manifestation? Who am I to talk about the manufactured defect? He is the divine manufacturer. He made me to sit in this wheelchair. Must be there is a reason. That's why I changed my life. And I changed my look towards that life. That this wheelchair, which people feel, my disability, my weakness, I see this wheelchair as a throne. And I am a king in this world, in this wheelchair, sitting and ruling out with all happiness. So Swami made me this courage that never ever underestimate yourself. And this smile which comes in my beautiful face, that is the signature of Swami's love in my life. And it comes to all of you also, free of cost. So I always encourage everyone to smile, because if I can smile after all the suffering, sitting in a wheelchair, doing nothing, having only one finger, and then too I can smile. Why not, my brothers and sisters are not smiling from the heart, not a selfish smile, or not to praise your seniors in your Sai center, that if you don't smile, they will not give you the first line to sing the first Ganesha Bhajan. Don't do that smile. I am talking about the smile which Swami taught me from the heart, pure, selfless, unconditional smile. So let come, brothers and sisters, in on this 96th birthday, let's start this smiling seva beside your Narayan seva and all the center activities. Whenever you meet someone, maybe a Sai brother or sister, or maybe a stranger in the road, give them a smile. And then you see how the world, the community, and all around you is changing. That's a miracle. Swami made me to understand that people are having everything. I am literally telling you, brothers and sisters, people are having so much money, so much property, so much everything, but they're still running for unhappiness, which they're not getting because they're postponing it to this and that. They're looking outside. And Swami made me to understand that happiness is not a destination. It is a journey, and that only possible when you allow Swami to interfere in your plan. You are not the plan maker, you are not the person to make your big picture, because Swami is in the top, always ready to give you the best. So believe me, how I'm smiling, how I'm coming out of my life, you can also do that. Last but not the least, here is some beautiful thoughts. When my first fracture happened, that was 3.5 months old, and I was crying. That was the year 1991, And my mother was not having any clue first. That's why I'm crying, because I'm having a fracture on my right hand and a 3 months baby. You can imagine a 3 months baby can't talk and can't express his pain. But still, I was crying literally. And after some time observing my condition, my mother come to know that I'm having a fracture. My mother come to know that I'm having a fracture in my right hand. They took me to doctor, and after that my hand was okay. So do you feel, brothers and sisters, if my physical mother can see my pain without expressing myself, I was not able to talk, but my mother understood. She discovered the pain by not telling any words. Why not our Divine Mother Sai, whom we lovingly call in our speeches the thousand mothers, the mothers of all the children? She can't know our pain. We have to say to him anything. We have to be very good in Vedam. We have to be very good in Bhajan. We have to be very good in Valmikas. No, only a small thank you or small prayers by closing your eyes from the heart towards Sai Ma is enough, is more than enough to convey everything to her. She is the Divine Mother. She could bring world's all happiness before you ask for. We should be more aware of her love and allow her to pour her love and plan our life in a way where there is only success, no down, no depression, only creation and only the celebration and celebration with Saima. So we are so fortunate, our brothers and sisters, and all my uncle, aunties, all my Sai youths who are present in this beautiful session. We are so fortunate that we are here in the Sai era, seeing the miracle of life transforming in small villages, small remote Sai center, how people are doing Sai activity. So Mother Sai can do anything. He is still with us. He is still listening to us, and he is still guiding us. What we have to do, that surrender at his lotus feet and put the correct password to connect with him like a Wi-Fi. And the password is love all and serve all. Just write the password and be with him, because that was a journey when I started my life with suffering, and now I'm spreading smile, because I always tell everyone to know Kaustubh, you have to know Sai. And when you know Sai, your life is fully changed. So that was a life from my North Bengal of India. And then I came to that, the Chitravati river ghat, the side of Chitravati in Andhra Pradesh. The journey was been full of ordeals, challenges, difficulties, but it was worthwhile because I come to know my purpose. I met my mother and fell in love with her, and I made myself sit into her lap. My life became meaningful. My life became an instrument, a message for all the people who are still looking for that ray of hope. Now I have come to know that differentiation between trivial and the real, between an instrument and a composer, between the temporary and permanent. I really come to know that I'm none other than a spark of Sai's ocean. I am the Sai and I'm Sai's Kaustubh. So that was the three phases of my life, from moving towards divinity and moving with Sai. And beautifully, I would like to conclude with one of his composition, which made me always understand that no matter how difficult your life, no matter where are you, no matter who you are, Sai Ma is always there with you. You have to believe, because you are watching Sai Kaustubh, whose life transformed only because of his love. Otherwise, all this achievement, all this success, all this celebration is no meaning without Sai. So let's dedicate this bhajan, which I'll be singing for all of you. Enjoy, and I hope Sister Simran will give you the lyrics in the screen. You can follow it, but it has a very beautiful meaning, and it summarizes that Sai Ma is there to fulfill each and every moment of your life. So here it is for all of you. Thank you. प्रेम से बोलो, भाव से बोलो, हर एक क्षण में साई माँ। प्रेम से बोलो, भाव से बोलो, हर एक क्षण में साई माँ। अनुराग से बोलो, एहसास से बोलो, हर एक दिल में साई माँ। अनुराग से बोलो, एहसास से बोलो, हर एक दिल में साई माँ। प्रेम से बोलो, भाव से बोलो, हर एक क्षण में साई माँ। चरणों के को मलता तेरी कमल की याद दिलाए, लहराते सुंदर चोले में हम सब को हर्षाए। तेरी करुणा की किरणें जो हम पर बरसाए, तेरी ममता की नजरें जो हम पर फैलाए, तेरे यादों में हम डूब जाए, तेरे आशीष जो अमृत बरसाए, तेरे यादों में हम डूब जाए, तेरे आशीष जो अमृत बरसाए। अंधेरों मेरा दर्शाए, जो प्रकाश बन के साई माँ। अंधेरों मेरा दर्शाए, जो प्रकाश बन के साई माँ। प्रेम से बोलो, भाव से बोलो, हर एक क्षण में साई माँ। हर एक दिल में साई माँ। हर एक क्षण में साई माँ। Love you, Saima. Thank you so much. So this was the bhajan which Swami has given me when I was crying that Swami, where you left us? And Swami made me realize that how could I leave you? I'm your mother. I can't leave you. I'm there always here too. So that was the bhajan. This prem se bolo, bhav se bolo. And now, next I would like to sing one of the beautiful Sai bhajan. हम सब मिलकर मंगल गाए,
हम सब मंगल
सब मिलकर मंगल गाए,
हम सब मंगल गाए।
भगवान सत्य साई भगवान,
साई भगवान सत्य, साई भगवान
भगवान सत्य
I think we should allow Brother Constable.
Sing, yeah. Better he sing alone.
सब सुख जीवन साई भगवान सब सुख जीवन साई भगवान सब दुख हरना साई भगवान सब दुख हरना साई भगवान सत्य स्वरूपा साई भगवान सत्य स्वरूपा साई भगवान हृदय निवासी साई भगवान
साई भगवान
परति निवासी साई भगवान
साई भगवान
हम सब मिलकर मंगल गाए साई भगवान सत्य साई भगवान साई भगवान सत्य साई भगवान सब सुख जीवन साई भगवान सब दुख हरना साई भगवान सत्य स्वरूपा साई भगवान
साई भगवान
भाषा साई भगवान परति निवासा साई भगवान साई भगवान सत्य 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 साई भगवान हम सब मिलकर मंगल गाए जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा की जय थैंक यू
Thank you so much, Brother Costa. Amazing is an understatement for the things we have just heard. The bhajans were just so incredible. It had enlightened us and left us in tears. From the bottom of our hearts, we thank you for your time and humbleness. You have certainly recharged our batteries.
Main credit goes to Indonesia people, the devotees at Jakarta Mahila Wing, who has beautifully arranged this session, and all of them were entirely, sat with me to check from the poster to the link. I was feeling like, when celebrities come into a stage and people check with them, that's the way they have treated me. So all credits, all thanks to them that beautifully they arranged it, because everybody wanted to listen Sai's glory. Everybody wanted to merge with his divinity, move forward with divinity.
And Sai has definitely spoke through you, and we are glad you are the divine instrument chosen for our session this time. And we hope to have you in our future session. We thank all the general audience for joining the session. And last but not the least, we would like to take a moment and thank our beloved Swami, who made this program a success. Nothing is possible without his grace. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Brother Sai.
You can conclude with Samasta Loka 3 times. Let everybody in this entire world be well and be safe and secure. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Jai Bolo Bhagavan Shri Satya Sai Baba Ji ke.
Jai